Welcome to Programming Minds. In this video, we are going to understand insertion sort algorithm. We will understand what is insertion sort algorithm and how it works. We will do the implementation of insertion sort algorithm using C++ programming language. So, what is insertion sort algorithm? Insertion sort algorithm is very simple sorting algorithm that works as we sort playing cards in our hands. The array is split up into a sorted and an unsorted subarray, and elements from the unsorted subarray are picked and inserted at the correct position in the sorted subarray. So let's get one example. We have example here. We have unsorted array with elements 15, 14, 17, 8 and 9. So we will start comparing very first two elements in the insertion sort algorithm. So we will compare 15 and 14. So 15 is greater than 14. It is not in ascending order. So we will insert 14 at first position and we will move the 15 at the second position. Okay, so as shown here, we have inserted 14 at first position and we have moved 15, 17, 8 and 9 to the next positions. Okay, so here we will now compare 17 with the 15. So 17, 14 is less than 15 and 17 is greater than 15. So it's already in the ascending order. So we do not need to change anything, or we do not need to change any position here. So we will go to the next element. So here 17 is greater than 8. Okay, and 15 is also greater than 8. 14 is also greater than 8. So it is not in ascending order. So we need to insert 8 at the first position before the 14. Okay, so we will move the positions of 14, 15 and 18 to the next position and we will insert the 8 here. Okay, so as shown in following image, we have inserted 8 at the front and we have moved the positions of 14, 15 and 17. Now let's go to 9. So let's compare 9 with 17. 17 is greater than 9. Now let's compare it with 15. 15 is also greater than 9. 14 is also greater than 9. But 8 is smaller than 9. So we need to insert 9 here. And we will move the positions of 14, 15, 17 again to the next position. So we got the sorted array here. So we just what we have just done, we have simply inserted the item at correct position in the sorted sub array and we got the sorted array at the end. So here 8 is less than 9, 9 is less than 14, 14 is less than 15 and 15 is less than 17. So this is the simple algorithm we have learned here. Now let's go to the Visual Studio and check the implementation of insertion sort algorithm using C++ programming language. So let's start by including libraries. #include iostream using namespace standard. Let's write main function int main and return 0 here. Okay, so let's define one unsorted array. Let's copy it. We have commented it above and paste it here. So this is the unsorted array which we have taken example previously with the elements like 15, 14, 17, 18 and 9. So it is unsorted array. Now let's define another variables int I. Then we will define int key and the j. Okay, because we will be taking elements in the key and inserting at the right positions. Okay, so in this case we need to define one for loop. So for we will define int I as 1 because we will be taking key from the second element and comparing it with the first element, which is at the 0th index, and 14 is at the first index. Okay, so I will be less than 5 because there are only 5 elements in the array, and indexing starts from 0. Okay, so I plus plus, because we need to traverse through whole array. Okay, so here we will take a key as array I, and we will define j as I minus 1. Okay, it will be I minus 1. Then we will define one while loop. Here we will check if j is greater than or equal to 0, and if array j is greater than key, then we will move that element to the next position. So for that we need to define formula as array j plus 1 is equal to array j. Okay, so this is how we will move the element from the first position to the second position. Okay, or when we need to move the elements to the next position, we will use this formula. Okay, and we will define j is equal to j minus 1. Okay, so this is the simple implementation to move the element from one position to the next position if it is greater than the second item or the next item. Okay, after that we will just assign array j plus 1 is equal to key. So we have taken key here as a array I. So let's assume in first example we have taken key as 14, and we have defined j as I minus 1, so it will be 15. So 15 is greater than 14, so it is true, and the index of j is greater than or equal to 0. I minus 1 means 1 minus 1 is equal to 0, so that is true. We will go inside the loop, while loop, and we will assign the array j, which is 15, to the array 1. Okay, array I, and we will again reduce the j by minus 1, so it will be minus 1. We will go out of the loop and we will assign value of 14 at the first position. So this is goes on till the end, and we will get the sorted array. So this is the implementation of insertion sort algorithm using C++ language. Now let's print message cout sorted array, and we will use for loop here. Integer I will be 0, I will be less than 5, I plus plus. Then in the loop we will just use cout array I, and we are going to print the element of sorted array. Let's use some space, it will look better. And here we will be using handle to give some space. Okay, so we have completed the implementation. Now click on local Windows debugger and check if it's working well. Let's run the program. Program is running successfully and there are no compilation errors. Now let's go to above, and we had the unsorted array as 15, 14, 17, 8 and 9, and we got the sorted array as 8, 9, 14, 15 and 17. So yeah, this was the successful implementation of insertion sort algorithm using C++ programming language. If you like this video, subscribe to the Programming Minds YouTube channel. Thank you.